And this week, the theme is how you are being called by the angels at the moment. So I'm Rachel Scoltock, if you don't know me, angel medium for almost 18 years now. And every Monday, I'm bringing you through messages, guidance, and insights from the angels for you for the week ahead. So I'm going to be talking a little bit to start off with, then I'll pull some cards for everyone. And then if you would like a reading, you need to post a question in the comments and make it a question about something that you want guidance with. So, rather than just say, give me a reading or pull me a card, please may I have guidance about whatever. And that really helps me to get to the core of the issue of whatever you are dealing with at the moment. So the angels were talking to me earlier before I came on. Hi, Catherine. And I always meditate a little bit, invoke them, ask them for their guidance and help before I get started. And then I start taking notes because they drop the information in really quickly. So the first bit of guidance at the moment is about the current energy. And we're building up to a full moon in Aquarius this Friday, which I'm excited about because I'm an Aquarian. So that's big energy for me and anyone else that's got Aquarius in their chart. Or even, if you're one of those independent, inventive, creative, and you're starting to create new things in your life, it's a really powerful full moon. But the energy building up to it, we're going through these intense changes again. So the angels said first up is to really focus on being gentle with yourself this week. So this is being gentle with your thoughts, how you speak to yourself, in how much you add to your schedule, to your list, in where you are. How sometimes if you're in lockdown or some other situation like that, you can get annoyed with yourself because you can't do the things that you think you should or need to be doing. And so the angels are saying, just let go, surrender, and use the time as this week as a gift to give yourself more of a peaceful, gentle, compassionate week. So even though you will probably kick some big goals this week, there'll be some good stuff that will come of it. It might not be happening on the external. With the action and the movement, it'll be all happening on the level where it matters, which is your energy, with your mind, and also with healing for your body and your emotions and your energy as well. So we've got a few people on. Hi, Leanne. Hi, Rose. Welcome. And Desley. Hi, Desley. Lovely to see you. So Catherine says that was her message earlier today, right? To be gentle with yourself, right? So that is perfect confirmation that the angels, you're receiving the angels' messages, because their messages aren't random and ever changing. So if you're getting the same message, then that's double confirmation for you. And you'll often find with high integrity angel messengers like myself that you'll probably get similar messages from those kind of people as well. I sometimes notice with Radley Valentine, for instance, my angel of the month this month is Archangel Ariel, and so is his. But it's the angels are working through us all. Yeah. So that's really important. Hi, Amy in Scotland. Hi, Jane. I love seeing everybody come on. Thank you. So first up, how can you be more compassionate with yourself? You can call on the angels, and you don't need special words. You don't need a special prayer. You don't even need to know what angels you're calling on. You can say, I need the angels of compassion. I need the angels of gentleness. I need the angels to help me to surrender. And the right angels will find you. But also don't forget that your guardian angel is, your main, or you've got more than one, is created especially to be your divine angel, your guardian. So your guardian angel will bring the help that's needed for you. So you just need to ask. You need to ask. So that's the first bit of the message. Be compassionate, be gentle. Anything that feels like an obstacle for you getting things done, for you trying to achieve things out in the world, surrender, which doesn't mean give up. It just means hand it over to God and the angels and say, look, I'm struggling with this. I'm going to give you all of my worries, all of my thoughts, all of my stress, all of this kind of me trying to hold on and fix it. And I'm going to step back for an hour or a day or half a day and just let you take care of it. And you can guarantee that when you stop struggling with something, when you surrender in that way and you hand it over to a higher power, that little miracles happen. Things work out, help comes. It's sometimes it's our own over attention to things that is our actual block in everything, and we don't realize that because we're so what's the word, we're taught to make things happen, and it's a fine line between that and surrender and allowing the angels and the divine to help you. Hi Kimberly, welcome. So the other message the angels were talking to me about was how, there's a couple of things, how you feel called at the moment. So many people are asking about your divine life purpose. What is your purpose? Or maybe you feel like your purpose is changing, that you thought it was one thing and now you're losing interest, or you feel called to do something else. So the angels are asking you to stay very present at the moment, because many people are being called to their life purpose or to do things that are like mini missions by God and the angels, where you might be called, to pick up a stray dog in the street, or to donate some money somewhere, or to or something bigger, to start studying a healing modality, or to read a book about shamanism, or just notice in the moment, rather than putting everything into your future. We think, oh, one day I'm going to have a business, and the business, I don't know what it is yet, and it gets frustrating because you just want the angels to show you what your purpose is. But the angels always give us guidance in the now moment, because they understand that everything unfolds one step at a time, always in the present moment. It's not in the future, it's in the now. So what you do now matters. It's like putting money in a piggy bank, right? When that money will eventually become a big amount of money, but the money you put in today matters. It will never become a big amount of money if you always think, well, I'll put it off to the future. So come back to that around your calling, your divine life mission, and little missions that the angels will be giving you over the coming weeks and months, because your light is needed. And that's a really big message today, that the angels want you to, if you feel called in that way, you feel like, I am here for a reason, I'm a light worker, I want to be of service in some way, to the earth, to plants, to people, to children, to women, to men, whatever it is that you feel called to. Really connect with, all right, angels, show me what I'm called to in this moment. And pay attention to what shows up for you. A couple of weeks ago, I think it was Hay House, were offering some, I get lots of emails from them, and they were offering some ebooks for $1.99. And sometimes I check that out. If I haven't got too many emails in my inbox, I might look at a mail out like that. And other times I just archive it to look at later, which I never seem to get to. But this time I just felt really drawn to open this email. So I thought, I'll have a look what books are available. And there were 3 books in particular, 2 that I've wanted for ages and just haven't got around to buying, that I would have paid full price for. And one which I was like, I don't know why I want to read this, but I want it. And well, I spent some of the weekend reading it, and it answered so many questions for me about things I'm doing in the future and things that are coming up for me now. So we have to pay attention to those things that appear on our path that may seem insignificant, because you're looking for the big neon light, you're looking for the flashing sign that says you are a healer, or you must go here and do this. You might ignore those smaller callings that come up. So when I was actually setting up this morning, the angel said, talk about how are you feeling called at the moment. And even if you're being put into a situation like so many people are in Australia and around the world, where you're in lockdown, or it's there's some uncomfortable or inconvenient things happening, look at that as, okay, why has this shown up now on my path? Rather than worrying about the bigger picture and what it all means and where it might all be going, and you know, don't plug into that collective energy because it's so full of fear. Some of it is. And come back to center and go, okay, is this giving me a chance to rest? Is this giving me a chance to tune into my angels and perhaps put a spiritual practice into my life? What is it that I need right now that the universe is providing through this situation, rather than looking at it through the mask of fear and it feeling absolutely rotten? So you're allowed to feel your feelings. I'm not saying, you know, deny your feelings. Feel your feelings, release them, ask the angels to help you with them, and then look at, okay, what's the blessing in this challenge? So how are you feeling called? How are you feeling guided? What is showing up for you at this time that is useful on the path of your soul and your own divine life purpose that you may not even realize yet? So let me just look at these lovely comments here. So Catherine does an angel reading for herself, and this was the exact message. Yes, amazing synchronicity, and then you came here. How amazing is that? The angels are working with you. Hi Jenny, lovely to have you here. Thank you. I love your name, Jenny Bright. I love that. So much light. Selena Kelly, struggling with mental health. Lots of negative information on COVID vaccines by spiritual community. I know, my dear. Honestly, my whole thing about this is I'm not reading at any of that stuff. A lot of it is very dubious, very has an agenda and isn't real. So unplug from it. And people who on the spiritual community who are feeling hooked into that energy, it's a spiritual lesson. You know, it's time for us to stand in our own power. And this is one of the things that the angels brought up this morning, actually. So I'm very glad that you brought this up. Call on your Archangel Michael straight away, Selena, and anyone else who's struggling with this, and ask him to cut the cords to any information or any people that are feeding you this information. Anything that has created fear in your body. And actually, you know, unless someone is saying, jump out of the window because there's a fire in your house right now, if someone gives you, you know, that kind of information, is like, you know, don't walk down that street at night because it's not advisable. That's good information. It's fearful, but it's a warning that is helpful and true. And then there's the kind of information that is projected fear, which the angels and God will never give us as guidance because it isn't real. It comes from the ego. It's an ego projection. So when you walk away from anything where someone has given you fear, and you've left that meeting, that connection, that video, and you feel worse than when you walked in, then you need to cut your cords with it and let it go and have a conversation with God and your angels and say, please give me guidance, direct from the source about what I need to do, what is right for me. And that will come for you in a peaceful way that feels right in your gut, in your heart, and in your mind. So for me, and I know, you know, I'm probably going to lose a lot of people by saying this, but quite frankly, I've had enough of all of this drama around vaccines. There are some things that I choose not to do, that I've run through my intuition, my wisdom, and spoken to wise, qualified people and decided, you know, I'm not going to have that one, I'm going to have this one. I have seen the videos, I've seen some of them, and every single one that I have seen has not convinced me when it has been for something evil is going on. And that is because there has always been something that has been a contradiction, or the energy has been wrong. It just seems like the person has an agenda. You know, getting negative attention is a thing nowadays. Having lots of followers and lots of comments on the internet is something that satisfies people's egos. So if they can stand up and stir up energy and fear, you know, in years gone by, you used to get, well, you still do, you'd get psychics. And I've, you know, in the last 20 years, I've been to psychics that have said the most negative, horrible things to me. You're going to be an alcoholic. You'll never find anyone to love you. You will never make a success of your business. All kinds of like really horrible things. And I remember once I was on my way to New Zealand from Australia and on my way back to the UK, and I was, at the time I was only on a student visa here, so I had to go back. And I went to this guy, and he was really dour and miserable person. And all I wanted to know was I going to come back to Australia? Because Australia is my spiritual home. I love it so much. And at the time I didn't know if I'd be able to come back. And I was flying first to New Zealand, and then I was going to go on to England. And he just said such awful things to me, including that I would be an alcoholic, that I wouldn't come back to Australia. Wrong, wrong, wrong. And I cried for 3 days. I cried on that flight all the way to New Zealand. I stayed in my youth hostel and cried in the bunk bed, and everyone thought I was a weirdo. And I cried and cried and cried so much because it was so depressing. He handed me a lump of negativity and fear, and I ingested it. And so that was an important lesson for me on my journey as I was to become what I am now, is a high integrity, and that's not blowing my own trumpet, that's just what I live with, that's my truth. A high integrity healer and psychic and angel messenger, angel medium. And so I know I needed to learn what low integrity looked like. I needed to know what it's like to be with someone who gives you fear and negativity, because they basically are not psychic, they've got nothing to say, so they project. So you've got to be really aware when you're looking on the internet about, okay, what's the agenda here, you know? So Jane says, why psychics? Because one, some people are charlatans, and so they know that fear hooks people in, so you want to go back and find what happens next. You know, if lots of people go, someone told me this is going to happen, and the only way that I can clear it is if I come and see them again and they give me this special candle that has come from Brazil that is $5,000 and they will lift the curse, you know, that kind of rubbish. That's why. 2, they don't know what they're doing, so they use their ego. 3, it's ego readings. They're tapped into a low energy that is not giving them the truth, and they truly believe it is. There's so many reasons, but we don't have to tap into that. Okay, off on a tangent there, but I really wanted to help Selena. So cut your cords, Selena. Get in tune with the divine love energy. Ask your angels for guidance. Ground yourself, and do not connect in with those spiritual communities, because they're not giving you anything good right now. And then make your decisions about that from what you want to do after that. Okay, so let's move on. Flick that out of the room. About 10 people left while I was talking about that. Hi, Suzanne. Hi, Jane. Hi. Okay, no worries, Selena. So I will answer questions in a second. I'm just going to do a reading for everyone. So everyone who watches this, like 2,000 people get this video later on today as part of my newsletter. So we're going to call in Archangel Michael, and Divine Archangel Michael is the one who carries the sword of light to cut those cords of fear, to center us in our soul and in divine light, so that we are no longer impacted by the negativity, fear, and agendas of others. So I now call on Archangel Michael to bring down your column of bright, intense blue light, otherwise known as the blue flame. Thank you, Archangel Michael, for surrounding this session in your blue light. And thank you for surrounding anyone who will accept this energy healing with the blue light also. And it's a bright, royal, intense neon blue. And it instantly uplifts your vibration and clears away entities, low energy, fear, cords, daggers, anything that is not of the light. So just breathe as you feel yourself completely enveloped in the column of blue. And if there's something that you need to let go of that doesn't serve you in your current life, in your divine life purpose, on your path, taking some deep breaths, I'm willing to release any lower energy, any cords to fear, to negativity, to misinformation, to confusion and darkness. I now release and let this go. I release all perceptions of me, including those that I give myself, that I am any less than a divine light, a spark, a piece of light from the divine. I now take back my power from anything and anyone that is holding me in a position of feeling victimized, persecuted, and disconnecting me from my inner wisdom. And breathe and let go. Thank you, Archangel Michael. I ask you now to give me a clear message for everyone who is to watch this and who is watching live, for the highest good of all. What do we need to know about this week? What guidance do you have? And how can we release and overcome any challenges? Thank you, Archangel Michael. You might feel a little bit warmer now that he's stepped in. Thank you for transmuting everything away. All right, so I'm going to pull you 3 cards. Wow, I love this. Okay, and I'm going to pull you one from the multi-dimensional deck, which is fast becoming another one of my top 5 faves. And this one's by Sunny Dawn Johnston. I'm going to start with this one because this is just perfect. So even if you have a question yourself, just notice how these may also answer your question, because the angels are speaking through me to you. So the first card out we have is Kuan Yin, which is the goddess of compassion. Now, what did we say in the first 10 minutes of this live? That the angels want you to be compassionate, gentle and soft with yourself this week. Compassionate in your thoughts towards yourself, to how you treat yourself, by what you expose yourself to, right? What you read, what you watch, what you ingest. And that will naturally protect your energy. So you have attracted the energy of the gorgeous goddess Kuan Yin. And Kuan Yin helps us to understand that enlightenment isn't always just about, working hard on yourself. Sometimes it's just about surrender and letting go and taking the more gentle path. So take off your list this week anything that you don't really need to do. Be careful of saying yes to too much and piling up your to-do list. Be gentle on yourself. Give yourself plenty of space. And be careful about what you're saying to yourself as well. Now, this is also, it says compassion, protection, and mercy. So I think this is beautiful guidance for everyone, is to just protect your energy, be compassionate and gentle to yourself and others, and be forgiving as well, ultimately. And if you're feeling like you're having the hardest time, ask for mercy from God and the angels. And incidentally, Archangel, it was on the tip of my tongue, Archangel Jeremiah is one of the angels that you can call on, who's one of the angels of mercy, that really helps you to kind of pull back some of those barriers and the harsh energies that have been around you and help you to be more gentle. So I love that. So then we have the 3 of Gabrielle. Now this one is the insight and to the guidance that is coming. So this is Archangel Gabrielle. I just noticed it looks like there's a face in the sky. So we have a woman standing and there's a ship coming in. It's got Archangel Gabrielle's flag on it. And she's got all of her bags packed. She's ready to go. So it's like you're at the beginning of a new journey. You're ready for something new. Now, have you got your bags packed? Sometimes we know we want the change, but we haven't properly prepared for when it does happen, so that if someone dropped the change on us, we wouldn't be ready. If someone said to you, here's your dream house, or here's 2 tickets to go on holiday, or something like that, would you be ready? Would you be ready? If your soulmate was to walk in right now, would you be ready? Or would you need to go and have your legs waxed? That kind of thing. So this is a card about preparation, but it's also about hope and optimism. They're saying, don't give up hope. Keep your eyes on the bigger picture. Keep your thoughts focused on that ship coming in, what you want coming to you, lockdown being lifted, the end of this pandemic. Keep your eyes on the outcome that you want, rather than being worried about all the hows and the what ifs and all of the fear. So this is a card of really is, it's about prosperity, abundance, hope, optimism. And it's saying just be ready. Just be ready. So it being a 3, it's about calling in all of your guidance and protection, you know, your guardian angels, the divine, your soul, consulting them for guidance. Now, this is also very much a card about prosperity and wealth, and it's not surprising that this has turned up with an Archangel Ariel card, because this week is on Friday, which is the full moon in Aquarius as well, which is so auspicious. I'm doing a one-off workshop online about creating abundance, tapping into abundance rather than scarcity, love and peace instead of fear. So it's called Abundance Creation with Archangel Ariel, very low cost webinar. So it's online Zoom class, and you also get the replay. So I love that the angels are flagging that up. Then we have the Epiphany card. So you know how the angels are talking to you about being aware of what you're being called to, looking at the signs, being aware of what's showing up for you instead of worrying, getting really clear. I just had an epiphany then. Thank you, Natalie. I just got something from your words. So just start again. This is a time on knowing that the angels are dropping in guidance for you, that the signs, the things that are happening around you, the synchronicity of things showing up means something. So this is the Epiphany card. It's the card of the divine guide. Look at him with his lantern, his long white beard. He represents the wisdom of the universe, the divine energy. And he's here to show you the way. So sometimes we want the triple numbers. We want the angel feathers. We want the rainbow and the bird. But sometimes the most ordinary things will show up and you won't be looking for them because you're expecting something different. So notice what is showing up at the moment. So you are at a time of intense spiritual growth. We all are. Meditation is really important. Joy is really important, having fun and just having a giggle, and also being a light to others. And you can't be a light to others if you're not giving it to yourself, right? So this is your guidance. Your guidance is that guidance is coming, but it's also about waiting for it, preparing, and just getting into those meditative states. You know, the more you meditate, even if it's 5 minutes at a time, you do those little angel check-ins when you put your hand over your heart, close your eyes and breathe, the more you are likely to see and sense and download those messages when they come in. I've been through phases in my life where I've been really good and meditated every day, and then other times when it's just gone out the window because there's been stuff going on or too much work. And you know, there's this thing where it's almost like the petals of your crown chakra start to close in and wither because you're not tuning in and getting that divine light. So just if you can only manage 5 minutes, then yeah, just do 5 minutes, but do what you can to tune in. Someone says the message is skipping and stopping. My internet is quite good, but so if anyone else is having that trouble, let me know. You might want to go back and watch the replay afterwards, Kaz. So it could be your internet, it could be my internet, it could be just something else going on. So Catherine says red birds always come around. So much showing up for Natalie. And this is the outcome. Just such a beautiful image. You know, look at what that gives you. So there's guidance locked in this as well. So it's the 1-1, and it's the strength card. You've got the lion. It's Archangel Ariel, who is the angel of the month of July. And Archangel Ariel, I don't know if you've seen the photos I took the other day where I asked Archangel Ariel and the angels I've been working with that day to show themselves to me, and this most amazing orb, I wouldn't even know if it's an orb, showed up. So this is about strength. number one is the energetic gateway. Now, we don't always get our strength from within. You know, you can get tired, you can get worn out, you can get drained by other people or by watching too many YouTube videos. This is letting you know that your strength is coming back up. And there's a whole feeling of being protected, having the courage to take the steps that you need to take, shedding the stuff that isn't serving you, the negativity, the stuff that's kind of dragging your energy down that you really just don't need in your life. And yet on some level you've thought you did. Maybe you're over it, maybe you need it for a short time, but you've been hanging on too long. Maybe you just haven't sat still long enough to say, do I really need this relationship, this situation? You know, I had an epiphany a couple of months ago about how I was spending so much time answering DMs on Facebook, Messenger, Instagram, and email. And I was like, I don't need to be doing this. I don't need to be doing this. You know, so I've got someone who does it for me. Because it was dragging my energy down, and I didn't have the energy to do when I had, you know, I'm presenting to my program, I'm doing something that is my work. So it's about forgiving. Eventually you can let go and you can forgive, having the confidence, letting go of those things that drag you down, and then having the strength to move forward. So, and it's already here. If you like, your angels are with you. You just need to lean on them. You need to call them in. So isn't that beautiful? We got 2 major arcana cards, which is very significant. The major arcana are like bold handwriting, highlighted from the angels. Pay attention to these. Archangel Raziel, who's the angel of spiritual wisdom, spiritual understanding, seeing and understanding your signs. Ariel's the angel of abundance and courage. She's always depicted with a lion or a lioness with her. And you have the archangels represent archetypes that are within you: strength, wisdom, spirituality, you know, all of those things. So look out for the signs, look out for that guidance that's coming, and know that even if at the moment you don't feel ready, it's coming. It's coming. Thank you, Catherine. Okay, stopping and starting for Kate. All good for Leanne. I'd say it's your end then. It has to be your end if it's okay for some people and not for others, the internet strength. So if you would like a card pulled, I'm going to spend the next 7 minutes. You need to ask a question. So that's just, you know, the contract is I'll pull you a card if I get time. If you ask a question, what guidance do you have for me about this situation? So Suzanne, it seems like you have a change coming up. That you no longer have a lease in your healing practice. So that's, you know, that's one of those things that's going on right now. It's like, be aware of what is showing up. And obviously it's shown up for you that, okay, 9, we've got the number 9 epiphany card. 9s are about endings and completion. So whatever that served, you know, bless it and thank it and say thank you for serving me for 9 years as being my healing practice. And now I'm ready to receive the next steps. And rather than focusing on the word lost, let go of that out of your vocabulary. It's complete. It's completed. So you're looking for a new healing office, healing center, healing. I used to call mine the healing room. Positive thoughts will create a positive outcome. So I love this card. It's so full of color. It's so positive for you, Suzanne. So get to work telling the angels and the universe what you want. You know, what do you want? What are the details? How much do you want to spend? What kind of office do you want? What are the absolute no's? What are the absolute yeses? I must have, deal breakers. And stay open. This, you know, this is a brand new beginning. So the angels are going to be really working hard to help you find that beautiful space where you can serve people for the highest good of all. So don't look at it as something sad. It's something amazing and beautiful. Yeah. Thank you, Colleen. What guidance do you have for me regarding love relationships? I'm going to ask Archangel Michael using the Archangel Michael cards because I don't want to put the other cards back in the deck. Okay. So the angels showed me the number 2 for you, Colleen. So I don't know if that means there's two people vying for your love. So this one is Archangel Michael, and he's got a bow and arrow, and it's about keeping your eyes on the targeted intention. So what do you want, basically? Focusing on and also focusing on what you want, where you want to be in a few years from now. Like, remember right at the beginning of the reading where the angels were talking about what you do now makes a difference in your future. It's like putting a penny in your penny bank, you know, for it to turn into $1,000, you've got to put the pennies in every day. So what you do now makes the difference. So Archangel Michael's helping you to get focused and really clear on what you want the outcome to be. And it does feel like you're going to have this fork in the road of like, do I go here, do I go there? But I think that's going to be a bit of an ego distraction. I think it's actually after that it's just a sign that you need to get clear. So keep your eyes on what you really, really want. There does seem to be sort of a scattered energy around you, which needs to be grounded. And don't be worried about what other people picking arguments or conflict with you. You don't need to defend yourself. I'm being told you don't need to defend yourself. Just stay clear on what it is that you want and what brings you to a feeling of peace. Peace is most important. So Kate asks, what guidance do you have around my business? Okay, this is the last one, I think. So all right. So I do this again at 5 o'clock on Instagram. So if you're on Instagram, you follow me on Instagram, Rachel Scoltock Angel Medium. You can go over and I'm going to be doing this slightly differently, but on Instagram Live at 5 p.m. AEST, Australian Eastern Standard Time. So, okay, Archangel Michael, what guidance do you have for Kate? Oh, 2 cards came out. This is my favorite though, Kate. This one is make a commitment. So it's like you've been hovering around about something. Even it might be the energy of I'll see if this works, or this kind of energy, and that the Archangel Michael saying, fully commit yourself to it, fully commit yourself. Really feels like you're on your life purpose, that you but you've been questioning it or double guessing aspects of it. And the angels are saying it's not about waiting and seeing how people receive it. It's about you fully boots and all being in and saying, I'm going to manifest what I want. The other card that you got was Eternal Love, which is just gorgeous. And this is about perceiving the love that's within and around you, which comes really back to that Kuan Yin card that came out in the group reading. So get your mind focused on love, know that you're unconditionally loved by God and the angels, and then stepping into that energy of flow, and not buying into that. You know how people people say, oh, it's winter, you can't make money in winter, or this is going on, the economy is doing this. Don't focus on that. If you focus only on the divine is the source of my good, but stay committed. Stay committed. Okay, I'm so sorry that I'm not going to be able to do any more readings today. That's my limit. 40 minutes is a long time to be on a live. So come back next time or pop onto the live at 5 o'clock on Instagram. And I love you all, and angel blessings, and remember to stay away from fear. Just stay connected with your angels, be gentle and loving to yourself, and be peaceful. If you would like a private reading with me, it is possible to get in. You can go over to my website, rachelscoltock.com. You can have a full half hour or 1 hour, and I'll pull several cards for you and give you all of the insights that you need for your life. I've been doing this for a very long time. So sending you loads of love. And don't forget as well that the Archangel Ariel Abundance Creation webinar, it's an online workshop with a really healing meditation. We go deep and we clear out your blocks to making money, to receiving money. Anything that's in there, this is what this whole workshop is focused on. I've been asked by the angels and by so many people to do a workshop on manifesting money, but it's more focused, very much focused. 3 tips to shifting your mindset, but the guided soul healing and meditation with Archangel Ariel, Michael and Raphael is going to be about pulling out those energetic blocks that stop you from receiving the abundance that you so deserve and you're so worthy of. So if you'd like to join me for that, go over to my website. I'll put the link in the comments, and it's only 47 Australian dollars. So I will see you there. See you on Friday. Bye.